My name is Dmitry Arseniev.
I'm Dan Mahoney.
I'm Biff.
I'm Earl Poe.
Dangerus.
This is Tone Stimes, and you're watching Inside Pogo.
Hello there, people. This week on Inside Pogo, we have Dangerous. In our conversation, we talk about a wide variety of things, from creating content, the adventures of Dangerus, the technique he uses to jump down big things, the unusual thing that got him into pogo sticking, all the training outside of pogo and how it helps pogo sticking, and of course, we briefly touch on a big trick he landed recently, the double stick flip. Sit back and enjoy this conversation with Russ.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for doing this too, man. I enjoy talking to you.
And these have been a lot of fun. It's nice to talk to everyone about pogo sticking, especially when we can't really see anyone. Like, oh yeah, let's share stories.
Yep, Tone told me the other day, like, I got a big mouth and I like running it. And I feel the same way.
I know you and Tone have been on podcast spree lately. You guys did the Undialed one.
Yeah, that was super cool. Those guys were like, they were pretty much on the same path as we are, but just different sport, different following.
Nice.
And it's cool.
How good were they on the pogo? They were surprisingly in the videos pretty. They picked it up. A couple of them picked it up pretty fast. It seemed.
Yeah, it seems like scooter people have 360 bar spins just no matter what, because that's what they do. Like, they do it with bigger handlebars too, so they're like, smaller is almost easier for them.
Yeah, I was talking to Tone about it. It's just like scooter kids seem to translate over to pogo way better than like BMX or skateboarding for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the handlebars. Like, I feel like if I was bouncing with giant handlebars and then switch to what we have, it would be way easier.
Bring out the moto stick.
Yeah, like the moto stick. That was terrible. Terrible handles.
Oh man, some interesting design choices on that thing.
I want to meet that guy who made that.
I met him briefly years ago at Pogopalooza. When was it? 4? I had him in Pogopalooza 4 because he was based in Huntington and we did it down in Huntington Beach. He was down there.
We need him back in the community.
Hey, make another very odd pogo stick that bounces awesome. I mean, I think that's the same model, like that same design is in the Flight and the Grom, just smaller.
What do you know what that is? Is it just like a stacked spring?
I think so, yeah. I've never actually taken one apart myself, but I'm pretty sure it's just like a 3-stack spring. And I think that's what the Grom and the Flight use, or something similar.
Yeah, like a cushy bounce.
Yeah, it's nice. It is a really, like, moto stick is a really nice bounce. And it's like, it sounds like it's air. It has like a little as you're jumping on it.
I found this video on YouTube. It randomly popped up, and I thought you would be interested. This guy screwed a bunch of 2x4s together into a pogo shape, and then he wrapped a resistance band, like a 50-pound resistance band, a couple of them, and it was like a wooden pogo stick, and it actually bounced somewhat high.
I need to see this, and I need to make it better.
Dude, it was pretty ingenious, and it didn't even have that many views.
I actually used to play around with fitness bands and bungee cords, like around the master. Like, you had the master frame, you go underneath the pedals, and then you hook the bungee cord into the shaft.
Yeah.
You got a little, extra bounce that way. And then resistance bands, try to make my own thrusters for the fly bar with resistance bands, which they weren't 50-pound ones. They were like just light ones, so they just snapped right away.
You need the heavy duties.
Heavy duty, yeah. 50 pounds at least, and a bunch of them.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I got the next tricked out project.
Yep. Well, it's next to, you got moto stick and that.
Oh yeah, moto stick. One of the goals I wanted to do with a moto stick was turn it into an actual air pogo. Like, imagine like an air pogo like that skinny.
I feel like that would just explode.
It would be pretty funny. I don't know how well it would work, but it would be pretty funny. Like, that was why, like, just like a medium jumping air stick. It wouldn't be like big air, or kind of like in between the spring and the big air stuff. I was like, that'd be so much fun to. It'd be like the perfect little Ripper style stick.
Yeah, that sounds perfect, and it's thin too. It's like the TK8 thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit smaller. Yeah. And then I saw the TK8 FUD. I'm like, this is almost exactly what I want to make with the Moto Stick. So why bother?
Yep.
So how are you doing? Where are you at? You're in Virginia?
Yep, I'm in Virginia. I'm doing good. I'm just baking, pogoing, working out, and
Baking some key lime pies or key lime mango pies?
key lime mango pies, baby. And yeah, that's about it.
Is your bail dropping today in the video?
No.
Oh, that's in the
It's not.
edit.
We Adventures of Dangerous has had a few hiccups along the way here.
Let's talk about it, because you started you're in your own little series now, The Adventures of Dangerous.
Yeah. So we went out, we did our thing in Colorado, and I got hurt, so I didn't have any backup videos. The plan was to have more backup videos. And so I couldn't do that 1 week. And then I was going to do this week, but now it's terrible weather here, so might just have to miss this week and go for next week.
Oh.
But yeah, it's hard to put out like a weekly video, because if you don't have 2 weeks ahead, like, you're kind of screwed. So
I've been slowly moving towards trying to do 2 videos a week plus an Inside Pogo episode. That's gonna be 3. Yeah, it's so demanding.
it really, like, you have to do everything yourself. Well, I've had Will's help editing mine, but still, it's like a whole day at least.
Oh yeah, like I just made my last video. I think I had a lot of it filmed and then editing, and it was only like a 3-minute video. It was like, still 6-7 hours. Like old footage together, but yeah, it's a lot of work. But I like it. I enjoy it. Yeah. What got you? How did the Adventures of Dangerous start? Where was that idea?
Yeah, so I basically wanted to. I tried doing like a bunch of the Instagram edits a couple years ago, and I just got tired of those, because I feel like Instagram it's not a good platform for like Pogo video. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is make a vlog series while I'm stacking all of my clips for like actual YouTube video. So I thought that would be easier than what I was doing then, and it's harder. So, I don't know. I have a bunch of video clips that I've been, making into a solo edit that coming along nicely. So it's working out, but it's still, just putting out that much stuff is so much harder than you think.
For sure. What are you filming with? Do you have like a little camera, or just?
Yeah, I have a T3i Canon, and then I have this old drone, like a Phantom drone.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to get to work still.
I have. I've been using. Let me grab it over here. It's right here. Little guy right here. My G7X. So it films pretty good. It has like the pop-up display, so you can go like, "Hey, I'm vlogging. Look at me. I'm so cool." And then shoots a good video. So it's been definitely a lifesaver trying to film more videos of that little thing. And then, phones are so good now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that I keep messing up that I have to be aware of is like I stare at myself in the screen. So when I look at the video, it's like
I have so many edits that are just like this. Shoot, the screen's here. I mean, the camera's here. And then the last video, I was like looking at the camera, but I forgot to check the screen. So it was completely out of focus. And I was like, oh no.
I redo it.
I had to go back and redo it as I was editing. It's like, okay, everything's done. Get it in the timeline. It's like one of the last clips too. So I get to like the final clip. I'm just like, dang it. Like, can I hide this in some way? Can I throw a video over top of this? Can I make this a voiceover? Nope. I had to go refilm just like one quick shot.
and then you're just like not in the mood, and it comes out all awkward, and it's just
like energy level. Just one random clip. Or the other way around. It's like, I'm pretty mellow this video, and then it's just like over the top excitement.
Yep, that's the worst.
For sure. What's the plan moving forward with the Adventures of Dangerous?
So I'm going out and I'm filming tomorrow for next week's, and it's gonna be slanties. I'm just gonna I have like 3 different slanties in my area, so it's gonna be a slanty rampage.
Mm-hmm. Slanty, 100 slanties, 100 days.
Yeah, very much. And so that would be cool. And then Tone is actually coming to me next week to film the rest of our video.
Oh, nice.
And we're gonna try to bang out like 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh, awesome. What is he coming there just for that, or are you guys doing some other things?
Just for that, we basically we need like 10 more clips to finish this video. And since I killed myself, we had to take a break.
How many stair sets, or how many stairs was it that you killed yourself on?
Oh man, it was big. It was the biggest one yet, I'll tell you that. Yeah. It was
Was the
bad.
stair set legal drinking age?
No.
Okay.
Not quite that big.
Get in there. You're close.
Yeah. I want my stair sets to be able to buy booze and cigarettes.
Yeah, that's you're not far off. That's insane.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of weird because like I remember this time last year I was like, I'm gonna start jumping down giant stair sets.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get past like 15, like the difference between a 15 and a 17 is so much bigger than like a 5 and a 10.
Mm-hmm.
The one stair makes it so much worse.
The drop is, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it's probably just getting used to dropping and absorbing all that impact.
Yeah, I've tried a bunch of different ways. I think the way that works best for me is like just like flexing my whole body and just letting the impact hit the rust butt,
Mm-hmm.
and then just eating it.
One of the comments on the video of the Rust Butt video was like, why did you just put more PSI in there? I'm like, if he puts more, he's gonna bottom out and it's just gonna buck him off. You have to find that balance, like you actually want to bottom out.
Yeah,
some of the force, but you don't want to bottom out so hard that your body breaks.
for sure. Yeah, like bottoming out is very helpful with that.
Got to get a release valve. So as soon as you jump, just hold it in.
But the foot pegs that you made were actually like really good. I really want to dive deeper into those, if possible.
I just thought of another option, like the peg inserts. Or just put them like upside down, make them really tall. so then as you hit the ground, the pegs actually like come down and then they squish up as you bottom out.
That's not a bad idea.
It'd be like feet absorbers under your pegs.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know how you'd get them to stay in though.
We could put a giant rust butt inside of the tube.
I mean, that's just a donut. That's what the donut's for. Hold on, Turbo's crying.
Yeah.
Well, that's Mark. What is
Mark.
Mark?
Oh, good.
Dogs. Yeah, the donut, because the donut in the tube needs to be somewhat hard, because otherwise you're just going to smash the pegs and break it with the top of the shaft.
Yeah. I guess I never even thought about the donut or why that is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it used to be when the cup was below was like a spacer, also to stop that, because that was just made out of plastic. If there wasn't a donut there, it would just smash that.
So why is Tone always breaking pegs?
Peg stalls, grinds.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm sure that like that metal ring just smashed down on the pegs. I mean, it'd probably be fine for a little bit.
Yeah.
It'd also probably be really loud, like 1200 loud, because that was metal on metal. I think, or you can make a new tip. It's something Vertigo would have to do. You just mold a new tip. You have your bounce pad, and then it just it has like an extension on it, like the Russ butt built in.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like all squishy, so you hit it, you smush it a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking I have a TK8 tip somehow that I was thinking about putting on and trying to jump down something, but I'm just terrified that it's just gonna explode on impact.
Mm-hmm. Is it softer?
Yeah, like it gets when it hits at an angle, it like mushes really good, but it also explodes.
Yeah, the other option would be peg inserts that are squishy as well. So you have like an insole, peg insole, nice squishy on the top. You have a little cushion on your feet before you hit the pegs and hit bottom.
Yeah.
But that might throw off like normal jumping. But if you're just using it for a drop, you can just slap them in.
Well, so I will say when I jumped this thing, on the first attempt, I landed in like a gravelly patch that sunk in.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't sink in that much, and it made it like way easier to like if the ground was that gravelly or like if it was grass, I would have definitely landed it. So I think something with the cement is.
Hey, you just get a full rebound. It's the ground when it's soft absorbs a little bit of it.
Yeah.
You should just bring around a bag of dirt. Just land on a pile of dirt.
Yeah, or like a turf, like a little rollout turf field.
Little roll, like my blue mat. Like a little, get like a 4x4 square that you can carry around, just roll it out. That's my landing spot. Roll out the carpet.
I had that, I would have been good.
I'm excited to see this. Is it better than your other big stair set?
It's the craziest fall I've ever had in my life.
Oh man, I'm excited.
I'm
you've had
hyped
some
for you.
pretty good falls. If this is the craziest, oh jeez.
This chick was like recording from her apartment window, put it on TikTok, and it had like 200,000 views in like a couple hours.
It's still on TikTok?
No, I got her to delete it, luckily.
Oh, did you save it first?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Good. Did you ask her like, hey, can you send me the raw footage? I guess it probably was on TikTok, so it wasn't very good quality.
Yeah, it didn't really do it justice, and I figured she can just post it after the show you guys.
That's nice that she deleted it.
But yeah, it definitely looks absurd.
Oh, I'm so excited. Adventures of Dangerous. Building from there. Let's get into how you got into pogo sticking. What's your first memory of pogo sticks?
For sure. I had a bazooka pogo stick. Did you ever have one of those?
I didn't. I've seen pictures of one.
Yeah, it has like the retractable handlebars, like a razor scooter. And I tried to do a 180 bar spin on it, and I twisted my ankle, and I just assumed that was impossible. Like nobody could do that. So, yeah. So moving on from there, I played basketball, and but I really liked like street ball, like the one street ball guys who would, there was no rules and they did trick dunks, and I liked all the trick dunks, and I was like, I might get a trampoline, set it up in my backyard, and do trick dunks. So I was into the trampoline dunker dudes for a little bit, and then my dad found a video of Brian Spencer like introducing the Vertigo V2, and I was like, yeah, that's it. So
that's better than little retractable handlebars.
Oh yeah, and so then I got the Vertigo V2, and I was doing trick dunks on it. It was sick, and then I kind of quit because I was just overdoing dunks. I kind of lost interest in basketball altogether, and then later on down the road, I think I stumbled upon like Pogo Buffet and like Nick and Fred's first Pogo adventure.
Classic.
And, yeah, then I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do all this stuff. So then that's when I really got into it.
Nice. Yeah, going kind of looping back to creating videos. The first Pogo adventure, we were so ambitious. Like Nick was editing in the car as we were driving because we released a video every single day as we were doing it. So on like day 2, we released a video of day 1.
Mhm.
It was like kind of a live adventure.
Yeah, that's really hard to do, but it definitely grabbed my attention. Like,
Yeah, so
had me.
and it was nice just because like as you're on the adventure, everyone's like, "Oh, tomorrow, let's see what they're up to tomorrow." So it's just like boom, right in your face, live.
Mhm.
And that's like when YouTube was just slowly growing a lot. Yeah, but that I remember that like almost wrecked him because he would just drive until he was like done editing a video. It's like, okay, let's find a hotel so we can sleep and upload the video.
Yeah, that's sick. It definitely was like when that came out, I was very I admired you guys a lot, and I was like, this is definitely that like solidified me in wanting to do this more.
It's so funny that you saw the vertigo without seeing any other like pogo stick tricks and stuff.
Yeah, the whole 6 months I had it, I didn't even know people could like backflip.
That's so funny. That's the first time I've heard that story. Because usually someone sees a video like, oh, I want to get one of those.
Yeah, the video was Brian Spencer. Like, he was on CNN, and he did a foot plant on like an electrical box, so I knew that was like a thing. But I just kind of thought that was it.
The classic Brian Spencer wall plants, jump over things.
Yep.
Good. That's so funny. Awesome. What do you remember what year that was?
That was 2008, and then when I actually found you guys, I think Pogo Adventure was like, it was Pogo Buffet, or okay, Pogo Buffet was 2008, so it was like in the winter of 2008, and then I found out like actual pogo sticking in summer 2008.
So when was your first Pogopalooza?
That was Pogopalooza 8 in California.
Nice.
I waited a little while.
I vaguely remember you there. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like, I remember I was just going through old videos. I remember seeing video footage of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember interacting with you at all.
I don't think me and Dalton kind of, when I met him, we were around this similar age, so I just kind of hung out with him, and we kind of did our own thing.
That was in the Big Dirt Stadium, right?
Yep. Slip Out City.
I was on a fly bar. I was fine.
I slipped out so many times at police.
Everyone was slipping out because of that sand and dirt was all over the concrete.
It was not good.
But my fly bar tips, they held me up good.
It's funny because I feel like vertigo tips now would be fine on that. Like I would bounce on that now, but back then they were bad.
And I think also people never thought about slipping out, so they just sent it.
Yeah.
And never realized like, oh, I could slip out. But now that they know what a slip out feels like once you do it a couple times, you know what angles not to land at and what you can get away with most of the time. So I think that's also a big factor on why people are slipping out a lot less. And the tips are definitely better.
Yeah.
I hear. I don't know. I never use vertigo tips.
That was the summer that they had the red tip, like Biff and whoever else had the red tip, which looked cool but was like not practical.
Right with it?
Yeah, it's so sketchy.
Like some chalk tips. Ryan, write your name by slipping out. Go. That's a challenge.
I like that. I can get behind that.
And then, did you go to the next year's Pogopalooza as well?
Yep, I've been to every Palooza since then except for 2018. I didn't go.
Which one was that?
That was the first one at the school.
Got it. Okay.
Braddock. Yeah.
Is it in Braddock? In the Harry Furnace one?
No, that was like 2016. And then there was no Pogopalooza 2017. And then 2018 I wasn't there.
FS. Cool. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last few years of Palooza all in Pittsburgh have been very kind of blurred together a little bit.
Yeah. It's kind of, I kind of like it's the same thing every year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do like that aspect, but it's also kind of nice when it was like we were just going to different places all the
Use that as an
time.
excuse to travel. Oh, I gotta go to this place for Pogopalooza.
Yep.
Gotta go spend a week in California or Philly or wherever it was.
Yeah. But I like the school. I just like in terms of like pogo sticking, I like all the things you can do at that park.
Yeah, it's nice having like a set park, and that's the one thing. All the other Palooza parks were just kind of built on the spot. It's like we don't really know what to build, so we've like experimented a couple times, but then it always came back to throne, slanty wall, and like one other obstacle. Whereas like the school now is slowly just kind of building and building.
Yeah, I like it too because nobody's like everyone can always do something new. Like nobody's gotten stuck yet. There's always new lines to do, new tricks.
Yeah, there's definitely, and just like small adjustments each year keeps it fresh. It's like, oh, this box is slightly different, so I couldn't do this before, I can do this now.
Yeah, exactly.
But which Pogopalooza has been your favorite?
My favorite was probably I really liked Pogopalooza 9 a lot.
Yeah, it was the one that was in the middle of the fairgrounds.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
that was sick, and that was like my first time really like exploring California.
Mm-hmm.
Like really hanging out with you guys because the first time I went, my whole family came, and you know,
I'm gonna go hang out with strangers from the internet. We're coming with you.
yeah, exactly. And then they met all of you guys, and they're like, "Oh, okay, you're chill."
They're all just as weird. All right, we're good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pogopalooza 8, we definitely got drowned in how big that stadium was. It was such a cool setup. That Pogo Park was ridiculous.
hmm
But we definitely just got drowned out. Because like we had a lot of people watching, but that stadium was so big. It was just like, oh, it didn't feel like it. Whereas when
yeah.
we were in the middle of the fairgrounds in like a tighter space, it's like, oh yeah, this feels good.
And Pogopalooza 10 too was like perfect, like the finals area. It
Yeah,
was like the most amount of people in the smallest space. Like it was like the exact opposite of Pogopalooza 8.
Yeah, it's packed.
Mhm.
Oh, I guess little one's leaving. Okay. What was the craziest trick you saw at Pogopalooza? Or just, I guess, in general, that you didn't do yourself?
Probably Pogo Fred's front flip wall splat remount. That stands out.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one. Wow.
Yeah, I always like whenever someone's like going for something and like they land it, but like is like completely different than what everyone thought.
Yeah, my first attempt at that, I was like, I don't know how far I need to be away from the wall. I'll just throw a front flip and see where I land. And I land with my butt on the box, feet like over the top of it. I'm like, oh, okay. I need to set up away a little bit farther. Set back a little bit farther. And then I had the perfect one. It was perfect, like awesome front flip, awesome wall plant. And then I just didn't put my feet on. And then I finally, and then I just splatted a little bit, and I was like, I just want to bounce away. It was starting to hurt at that point.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks.
I liked. I think one of my favorites was Tone doing the slingshot flip too in Florida. That was pretty funny.
Well, that was he wouldn't relinquish his mat. He's like, I need this mat. I gotta land this trick. And I'm like, Toad, I'm trying to do a double backflip over here. I need the mat more than you. He's like, no, it's my mat.
They slipped out in the champagne.
Yeah, it's like, and then I almost died on the mats, and then it was like, okay, I'm taking this, Toad.
Yeah, I loved how much chaos was in that like 30-minute window.
Yeah, that was fun.
You were doing a double backflip down a 3-stair. Tone was doing a slingshot flip, slipped out in champagne. It's like so much happening.
I wish I started trying it sooner. I only got 2. I guess I got 3 attempts. The first one I missed the mat, so I bailed and almost smashed my face on the stairs. The second one, I redid the mat, so I put like the two side by side,
Hmm.
and I got around. If that was my first attempt, I think if I had a second attempt, I would have put tip down and tried to bounce.
Yeah.
And then my third attempt was like out of time. I was like, screw it, I'm going anyways.
Yeah, I remember.
And then apparently I just found this out that the city said that was like the most wasteful event.
Yep. Oh man, it is what it is. I thought it was a pretty useful event.
That was great. The crowd was good, besides the mixture of I think it was half the people were living in the park. But they're watching, they're all enjoying it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good time. Everyone seemed happy.
Besides the humidity, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a good palooza. One I don't remember much was Philly. That seemed like a blink of the eye.
Yeah, that was the same year.
Was it the same year or was it the different year? Oh, yeah, that was the same year because that was Florida was the qualifiers for Philly or something. Some weird thing.
Yeah. I didn't do anything at either of those. I was just chilling.
Yeah, then Philly was just in and out. I don't know. It was what were we a part of? 4th of July?
4th of July, yeah.
There was like
I
a
remember.
big festival going on, and then
Yeah.
that was a very quick blink of the eye.
It was a good time though. Those were like the most party-ish paloozas, I feel like. Like, you remember Jacksonville?
Nope.
Everyone came to mine and Mark's room, and me, you, and Chad and Mark were playing like some form of flip cup where you had to do like 10 push-ups and like run to the door and back.
I don't remember that at all. I
Yeah.
just remember the place in Florida. There's cockroaches everywhere. The Airbnb was disgusting. That's all I really remember of Florida. Other that and double backflip.
That's why you came to mine and Mark's room.
That's funny. Oh, that house was so scary. You were in the same house?
No, we were in a hotel.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah.
I've hit my head too many times.
You remember the police coming?
Are you sure I was there?
I'm 100% positive because the dude came up to the door and he knocked and I answered it with you and he was like, "You guys are being like absurdly loud." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry." And then when we were walking back to the table, you were like, "We'll just play Whisper Flip Cup." And then we were whispering just as loud and the guy came back and he's like, "I've never heard anyone whisper that loud before."
I don't think I was there. I don't know about that. I mean, that sounds like something I would say. That's funny.
I was definitely just those Pogopaloozas were fun for me because there was no like pressure to really do anything, and I wasn't really like competing. So I was just having fun with everyone and really got to know everyone real good then.
Yeah, now you're quest to be champion.
Yeah, dude, it's the worst. Too much pressure.
It's got to do. I mean, you won best trick. You played this year in freestyle.
Like 7th
Hmm.
or 5th.
I thought you had a really good run.
I had one decent run, and I think I got 5th. It was like Dalton, Log, Patino.
Oh yeah, Patino's first run was just insane.
Yeah, Steve Bennett.
There's a lot of good runs this year.
Yeah.
I remember Bennett's run. Yeah, I guess Bennett got 4th. I remember like his run. I think maybe it was like his first or second one. I was like, dude, any other Palooza, that's like first, second place run.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago. And then Akko comes out. It's like, oh, okay, that's insane. And then Kellogg, same thing. It's like, okay, this is a interesting year. We got a battle for the top.
Yeah.
And then
It was definitely crazy.
Dalton Smith, final run. Got them nerves of steel.
Likes it.
Maybe he did it on purpose. It's like, maybe I'll give everyone a chance. I'll only take one shot.
Yeah, I don't know how he does that, but this is my year,
This year's your year?
probably.
The rumor has it I may or may not attempt to compete.
Dude, if you compete, I want you and Tone in my jam. I won't have it any other way.
Why is that?
I don't know. I like pogoing with you.
Tone, Russ, and Fred jam.
Yeah. You'll tell me to do stuff, and Tone will be just doing his grind. So
Yeah, Tone will be in his corner doing his own thing. It's like, all right, I'm not going anywhere near that.
yeah,
You'll
just force me to do shit.
You'll be gainering off everything. And I'll just be literally touching every single box doing candy bars.
Perfect. Old men squad.
That sounds like a jam for sure. Yeah, hopefully Pogopalooza should be fun this year. Pushing it later in the year.
That's sick.
Should hopefully get a little audience. Or not an audience, just be able to jump freely.
And just be like it's not the hottest day ever
Mhm.
we've ever experienced in our lives.
I mean, yeah, originally, like this past year, we were shooting for middle of June or end of June, just so it wasn't like that July, August heat or whatever. And then, lovely pandemic hit. It's like, okay, scratch that.
Yeah.
We'll do it whenever we can do it. And it wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't like the year before.
Yeah, the 1 year was just red.
Yeah. 2019 was like, I think, set records for Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Heat advisory. The whole weekend was a heat advisory. It was like, I remember everything was like, don't go outside. Do not go outside. So we were like, great. That's going to help all our attendance.
Yeah. And us, we're doing like the hardest sport ever outside.
Mm-hmm. That was the first year. Was that the first year of the 60-second runs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, I think that last year was the first time we ever did that.
That definitely, hot heat or not, 60 seconds is definitely way more manageable than jumping for 90 seconds.
Yeah, I agree.
30 seconds is brutal, the last 30 seconds.
I don't even have that many tricks. Like 5 tricks.
I run out of tricks in 60 seconds. Let's cut runs to 60 seconds. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about Pogopalooza, let's talk about maybe a trick that you did that's decently big.
Yeah, the under the leg bar spin.
Yeah, the underleg bar spin to switch 180 wrap.
Pretty hard trick. Glad I pulled it off.
Your double, I guess, stick flip to suction cup.
Yep, stick flip suction cup.
Pretty good trick.
I only bounced 2 times, so it doesn't really count.
You almost didn't get a third bounce. No, you definitely had control of it. You landed that perfectly. I think I was talking to Mahoney about this. It's like when you're going for like a big trick like that, you either like you completely miss or you just like land it perfectly.
Yeah, for me, it's always like miss a bunch of times, and then by the time I land it, it's usually pretty clean.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of it's like if you're not completely clean, you're gonna just get launched or get like something like that. But then again, there's like the double wraparound.
Yeah,
Is that too? There's like a double wraparound, and then he like came off the stick, and then someone put it back underneath, and then it's like I'm bouncing away from this.
that was absurd.
I think that's the oddity though. Like most of the time when big tricks are landed, it's usually pretty clean, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with those TK pegs too. It's like if it's not clean, it's gonna shoot into your face.
Those pegs. I forgot how sketchy they are. They're so thin. They're like this thin.
Yeah.
And they have little nubs on them.
It's going the opposite way that you were trying to go with the foot pegs you made for me.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone's seen those. The giant foot pegs though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at them like these are gonna snap right away, or they're somehow magically gonna stay together. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna snap right away, and I think what happened with them?
It snapped right away.
Yeah.
But I bounced 2 times, and it felt like so good to have my whole foot on the peg. Like it felt like if you were wearing a size shoe too tight, and then someone was like, "Here's the perfect size shoe for you."
Oh yeah.
So you're onto something for sure.
I think I need to make them a little bit thicker, and then probably try the carbon fiber filament.
Yeah.
Because the carbon fiber stuff should flex, because it's carbon fiber nylon, so it should flex before it breaks. And those just need a little bit of flex, like those corners, to push against the pegs. Because once it pushes against the pegs, it shouldn't snap on the top.
Yeah.
Shouldn't. It might. So the double stick
Definitely
flip. How long was that a work in progress?
The double stick flip?
Yeah.
Over the winter, I probably tried with Nick, like, for some reason we would just go out on like the coldest days ever in Pittsburgh and try for like 4 hours. And so I probably tried that like for 3-4 months, just completely gave up on it. And then I was like, oh, I'll try Pogopalooza. And then that was the first time I had tried it since the like February.
How close were you to get it in the winter?
I was like extremely close. I should have landed it basically.
Okay, did you share those videos anywhere? I don't think they were like anywhere big online. I think they were floating around, like a couple people saw them, but
yeah, no, I never really posted it because I figured I should probably land it first.
that's smart.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of what I did with the front flip. Like, hey guys, look how close I am to our front flip. And then Mahoney, like, I'm gonna land that.
You got robbed twice.
Yep.
Backflip and front flip.
Yep. So I'm just waiting for someone else to land a double backflip. So I was like, okay, I can do it now.
Yeah. You should get on that. Start training.
And I mean, there's like 3 feet of snow in the backyard. It's literally, I don't know if you saw the video of my backyard.
Yeah.
But the snow, it's melting a little bit. At one point, it was almost up to the whole first box, which is just over 2 feet tall. It's like 2.5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
It was like almost just like a ramp up to the top. Where's all the snow coming from? And the high jump mat, there's only like this much of the high jump mat that's not under snow.
Jeez.
So it's starting to melt now. It's like almost 40 degrees today.
That's good.
But yeah,
I gotta get back up there and we gotta start working on it.
Start working. Yeah, I know. I had the high jump mat for it. I just gotta. It's scary.
You see my double backflip dismounts?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
Didn't you do them before that?
Yeah, and I like died.
Didn't you land? Was that in Florida?
No, that was just in my hometown.
Oh.
Like I think that was after I met you guys, but yeah, I just like never did a double backflip before. I was like, I'm gonna just try it on grass.
That's insane.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
I guess I saw like there was I think one of us in the Honey video, like the guy was doing it in the gym into like a foam pit. Like some random guy had a vertigo and he was a gymnast. I was like, no. I don't want to be robbed a third time. Like I need to be the first one to land that on ground.
Yeah. Oh, so you were the first double?
Dismount?
Yeah.
Well, that guy technically did it onto a bunch of pads. I gotta find this old video. I don't know if he did it on like the mat, like on the spring floor. I know he did it into like a foam pit with like mats on it. So he landed it on that. He might have landed like on a spring floor. I don't remember. But I was like, no. I gotta like land it on ground.
Yeah.
That was like a huge debate. I was like, what counts as landing something? If you land on a mat, does it count? If you land on like you have to land on something solid, does it count?
Cement.
It has to be cement.
Hard.
So that was, I went to a gym and just learned how to do double backflips into a foam pit. And then just hucked it off the pogo like 20 minutes later.
Oh, nice. So you had it pretty fast.
I mean, I just blindly huck and chucked. and then did a couple face plants, and then landed on my feet a couple times. Like, count it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, technically, like I saw that guy do it, and then I did it right after that. So I kind of was like second, but I was first to do it on ground. Definitely first to do it on concrete. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's not smart.
And I was first. I guess normal backflip dismount. I beat Scott to that because he was inside pooping. Yeah,
Nice.
he was inside, and we learned how to do backflips. And then we were talking about doing dismounts or trying dismounts that day. And I just like, I'm just gonna do it. Like no one was outside. It was just me and a mattress that we just found on the side of the road. And I was just like, go for it. Looked over my shoulder, flipped around, and then running inside, Scott, guess what I did? And he didn't believe me, so I had to get back on the pogo and then do it again. And Scott, being as good as he was at flips, saw me do it, got on, and then he did like a perfect one. Mine was like so ugly, so sketchy. And then he was just like, perfect, up, tuck, land, stick it. It's like, you're a jerk, but I beat you to it.
Yeah, you had the confidence.
Yeah, Huck and Chuck. What speaking of hard tricks, what's the stupidest trick you've done? I feel a lot of your under the leg wrap variations are getting to that point where it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a tendency to get like stuck on one trick and then like do all the possible variations of it before I move on. Which I'm currently doing with What the Hells right now. I'm trying to do every possible variation there is.
You did, what was the one that you just did?
It was like
Wrap around, but then 180 wrap the other leg? No, wrap around or 180 wrap your opposite leg. So almost like a double wrap around.
yeah. So that was kind of like my twist on the What the Hell, because it's like because that's my switch leg.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's your strong leg. So, but that's my strong 180 wrap. So I was like that. It's honestly easier for me because it's strong side. Yeah.
I guess the problem, I guess, with the What the Hell is that you're just like carrying that momentum all the way through. So the eggs are kind of wherever they want to be. Now, with the 180 wrap, you're stopping the momentum. The pigs are probably always going to be underneath you.
Exactly.
Makes sense. I can see it. What about double 180 or double wraparounds?
Double wraparounds? I feel like that's
you
actually
could do
what I
that.
was trying that day, but I was just too tired. And,
I'll just cut it halfway, go under one leg.
Yeah, no, that's I was with Henry and Haley, and I was going for double wraparounds, and I was like really tired, and they were like, just do a 180 wrap. It's like less work. So I was like, okay.
You probably did it first try. Oh, that's so much easier.
No, it definitely took me like an hour probably.
Oh, jeez.
The stick flip to reverse is very hard. I always claim that as like the hardest thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's stupid. No, we're talking stupid. Like landing in candy bar off a 6-foot drop. Like, what's the stupidest thing you've done?
I tried a bomb drop with the upside down pogo. Like when you like hold the tip and you put your feet on the bottom of the foot pegs.
Why?
I don't know. I was a young boy in my backyard, and I thought it would be funny.
Is there a video of this?
No,
Oh,
it was before
man.
video. Yeah.
I think you're winning now. That's hilarious. How high was the bomb drop?
It probably just like 5 feet. It's pretty stupid.
And what happened?
I just basically like my hands weren't like holding on to the thing, so the pogo stick just like slapped down, and like I landed on my feet somehow.
It could have been really bad.
That was bad, and then I tried to do a gainer dismount, and I ended up the pogo stick landed upside down again like that, and I did a plank with my stomach on the tip, and I was like, I did have a video of that, but when I hit, like half my body was out of frame, and then I was just like throwing up, so it's like half of a gainer dismount, and then you just see my feet, and you hear me puking in the background.
How long ago was that?
That one was before I met you guys.
Jeez.
That was like right before Pogopalooza 8.
Disgusting. Yeah, the gainer dismounts always scared me. You never knew where the stick was gonna go.
Those are stupid.
I ended up, the way I started doing was like jumping kind of like a 45 degree, throwing the stick that way, and then twisting, gainering that way. The few that I did. I used to do them for fun. And then I was like, oh, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
If you don't actually gainer, you land on the stick.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is like a side flip dismount up.
Yeah, those are sick. I
That's
always
a fun
wanted
one.
whatever Tyler did that. I think you did it on a trampoline pogo way back in the day. It's like random Ohio video.
The pinwheel.
Yeah, pinwheel.
Yeah, I told him to do that because he was trying some aerial variation. I was like, dude, no, land this trick. Like, I'm not good enough to land it, but you are.
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
Because that was that always just made more sense to me. Because that was when Bert was trying the aerial, and I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm not good at 180 front flips. I am good at side flips. Well, how can I do a side flip? And then I just figured out if I hold bus driver, you can just untwist your body. You just untwist your body, and you land back on.
It's basically a reverse stick flip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Body flip.
Which is how the Mandy. I don't know if you've heard Mahoney talk about that. That's how the Mandy came about. Because he saw Kurt doing an aerial. He's like, what if I do that with the Pogo instead of. What if I flip the Pogo instead of flipping myself? That's how the Mandy came about.
Dang, that is genius. When I first saw that, I was like, how did you think of that? Like, how did that even come in your mind?
Yeah, it's the opposite of the aerial, which makes sense. It is literally the opposite.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because I feel like it's pretty rare when someone has the Mandy or Rising Sun, whatever, and the aerial on lock. Like, it's usually like each person has like one or the other, you know?
Or neither.
Or neither, yeah. You can do Mandy's, though.
I've done Mandy's, yeah. I've done a handful. Easier. I always found them easier than stick flips.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I've gotten close to aerials. Ish. Like, I've flipped around and then landed the Pogo. I consider that close. Yeah, but it's usually one or the other. Like, they're usually really good at aerials and aerial variations or Mandy variations.
Yeah. Like, Tone can do tons of Mandy's, not that good at aerials.
Well, does
Dalton can do tons of aerials, not that good at Mandy's.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, I don't know. I don't think, like, video of Dalton doing Mandy's.
He did, he did one at Pogopalooza this year.
Yeah.
But, I think Mina was, like, the only person to ever be able to have them both, like, locked down.
I still want to see your Mandy.
Triple Mandy?
Yeah.
It's in Indonesia video.
Did you do it? Mandy?
Yeah.
I just remember you trying that for the online thing.
Yeah. No, I had done it for in the Indonesia video with Dalton.
Gotta go watch that again because I don't remember you doing it.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. I tried to go for 4 in a row.
Is that what you were trying at the online comp?
It might have been.
Okay, so maybe that's why I'm thinking you didn't land it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. There's no momentum to.
That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done, to be honest.
Someone should do a switch Mandy.
Yeah. That was actually my best trick for the Philly one. You remember we were talking about Philly Palooza? I tried switch Mandy. And
how'd that go for you?
Yeah. I would, like I said, I was just chilling at that Palooza. I wasn't really doing much.
Just like I feel like a Mandy switch Mandy would look pretty cool.
I think so, yeah.
You comboed it.
Like a windshield wiper.
But you have to get that big old extension, no
Yeah, yeah.
Little
It's gotta be
Mandy's, of
large.
course. So, speaking of hard tricks, what's an easy trick that you find hard?
Grinds.
Grinds? I don't know. I think grinds can be hard.
Yeah, but just like your most simple grind, like if you have just a small rail outside and use a flight or something,
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
a little bit. Like I just can't do it.
What about airwalks?
I can't really do those either.
I called you out a couple of times. Like, I'm pretty sure Russ fell on an airwalk during one of our shows.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was the Cavs thing.
Yeah, I'm like, we did like under bar spin airwalk, and he fell on the airwalk.
Yeah, I'm not really good at those either. But I don't know. That's just not. I never really did those. Like I always did the peg grab with it, which looking back, I should have just done that in the show.
sense.
Nobody would have ever known.
So funny. Has Pogo translated over to any real life skills? Real life skills.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, the one thing that's definitely helped me out a lot has been, it seems counterintuitive, but just getting hurt so much. Like I know so much more about my body and like how to fix things,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of it and eating right. So it kind of just because I got hurt, I learned all that stuff. And then also just like the whole determination to land a trick,
Mm-hmm.
translate that into like any part of your life, like you're set, because it takes a strong mind to work for 6 hours straight on a trick.
I'm getting that feeling, kind of going back to what we first talked about, just making videos consistently.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, if you lose the slightest bit of determination, it's not happening.
Right.
And the reward, especially starting out, like there's no reward doing it to do it, because and then hopefully people see that you're enjoying it and they kind of follow along. But yeah, I can see how that relates. Oh, I want to do this thing in life. Boom, determined. It's like I spent 4 months working on this one trick. I can spend a week working on this.
Right. And then the more you get, like, the more you're determined about it, the more passionate you are.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of has like a domino effect where it doesn't even seem hard anymore.
Yeah, the passion. Just seeing, you can tell if someone's just going through the motions or just passionate about something, and such a huge difference for sure.
Yeah. So they're not hiding anything. Like, they're like truly trying to get to the bottom of whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Totally makes sense. Going back on how you said learning your body, the last few years you've kind of bulked up a little bit.
Yep, I'm pretty light now because I haven't been squatting, but yeah, I got on the Zach Tucker program. Got me doing like 1,000 squats a week.
We just need to do a little Pogo community. All right, go visit Zach Tucker for your training. Go visit.
You'll get so big.
Go visit this person for your medical. I think we got it all covered.
Pretty much.
How's all that training been like for pogoing?
It's been good. I think squats and deadlifts are pretty essential to like I noticed a big difference when before I started like working out, I fell on my back from like maybe 2 feet off the ground
Mm-hmm.
and was just wrecked. And then I was doing deadlifts for like 8 months and squats and strengthening my lower back and all that stuff. And I took a fall from like 7 feet directly on the same spot in my back, and I was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have just been like the way I landed, but I think the extra muscle definitely added some padding there.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the mass, because that muscle can just absorb, even if you're just smacking on concrete.
Yeah, and it makes your bones denser.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, when you tense up too, it just have that extra little cushion, padding, density.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely think it's only improved my pogo game. I don't know about how you feel about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I started CrossFit, and if I wasn't doing CrossFit, I definitely wouldn't be pogoing still. Like I would have fallen apart years ago because I didn't do anything working out. I only pogoed for years. And then I started CrossFit probably about 10 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when I was like 21, 22, I actually started like working out. I had surgery. I gained a little bit of weight. And then I was trying to pogo and it's like, oh, this doesn't feel right. So I did Insanity, the at-home workout. I did the whole 60 days or whatever, 90 days, 60, I think.
Yep.
I did all that. I followed like their meal plan. I lost a bunch of weight. And I got a t-shirt for it. So I did that, and then that kind of translated into my buddy was getting into CrossFit back home. So he introduced me to it. So then I was like, all right, check out this CrossFit thing. So I started CrossFit, and that's like the first time I ever like really lifted weights. And that, I think overall just made me a little more dense and fixed some injuries. Like got my ankle stronger, my knees, stuff. But I don't think I would be still able to jump if I didn't start working out.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like, I hadn't done squats since high school, and so then I I didn't have any pain in my ankles at all.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to try to learn how to squat again, and I was like, oh wait, my ankles have like no dorsiflexion at all. Like, I should probably fix this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. I didn't probably do a back squat until I was like 22.
yeah,
Never squatted, never did anything. But yeah, when like learning the Olympic lifts, you need that like mobility in your ankles and your hips and your knees. And I think that, especially after, pounding myself on concrete for so many years, learning that mobility and building strength around it has like helped so much.
Oh, for sure. Like the hips, especially. Like nobody realizes how important those are in pogoing.
Especially now with all the variations, you got to kick those hips around.
Yep.
Kick those legs, and if your hips are tight, lower back, legs, hammies, gone for.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. I had a little training program. But I wanted to focus in more, make like an actual like pogo lifting focused recovery / injury prevention program. That's down the line. I have a billion ideas.
Yeah.
Like, hey kids, start doing this now. You'll save me when you're older.
That's kind of, I try to build what Zach gave me was like a pretty big program, and I tried to like build it for so that I'm better at pogoing. I think a big part of it's doing like, instead of just bench pressing, like you have the dumbbells and you do them together instead of like, I don't know what's called, like unilateral movements.
Yeah.
You do on one side, the other side, make sure you're coordinated on both sides, because pogo, you want to do it olbs. When you go for the switch olbs, it's like you need the body to work the same on each side.
And then the other thing, like bench press, the barbell, stationary. So like some stabilizers are engaged, but you can do it like a dumbbell. You're moving around all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is way more, that's going to build like way more stabilizers in your shoulders. And then that's just going to be
pogo for sure.
So much more, yeah. It's like my ankle mobility used to be so bad. But then working on it, like my ankle and hip mobility's been improved greatly. If you look at like any other sport, except for like action sports, they're all training. They're all doing like weight training. They're all doing like just overall training and then specific training for their sport. Action sports for the longest time was like, nah, I'm just going to do whatever I do.
Yeah.
But I think they're slowly transitioning over, a lot of like top athletes, into like weight training and other training to get better at their sport. But I don't know why there was like a stigma for a while. Like action sports, you never saw it, at least. Saw that they were training outside of just riding.
Yeah, for sure. Because, also like the NBA or NFL players, like they play like deep into their 30s, sometimes their 40s. And besides like Tony Hawk and Travis Pastrana, it's like most action sports people are out the door, but by the time they're 25, so I think it's good to make that change.
Definitely adds longevity.
Yeah.
Definitely should build a Pogo strength program. We should talk Zach Tucker and get the Dimitri mix in there, a Russian style. I'm just going to do only body weight and get jacked.
I feel like if we combined everything from everyone, like Dimitri, you, Zach Tucker, Mina, it would just be like the ultimate program.
I think, big thing is stability. Stability work, mobility, and then leg strength. Because the issue I'm having now is my back is just blown up from, I don't know, apparently if you just like compress your back over and over and over, your spinal cord doesn't like it.
Yeah. Do you think that's from double dismounts, or
I think it's just from jumping for 17 years.
Yeah. I decompress my spine every day just because I'm worried about that same thing happening.
I have inversion table now. I try and use it every day. I definitely don't, but I need to more. And like when you're pogoing, you're slightly in a hinge. So like as soon as if your legs aren't absorbing it, it's going right into your hips and your lower back. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people jump as long as I have, if they start having lower back issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
But training it, like if you just train your legs, if you have strong legs, your legs are going to take all the force. It's not going to go to your lower back.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, little things I've been thinking about, like rack pulls, quarter squats.
Yep.
Like all that stuff, like, oh, just get tree trunks for legs and you won't have any back issues.
Yeah, and like the main muscle, I think, where I feel it the most, like whenever I pogo all day, the next day, it's always my quads. I think the quads are super important.
Yeah, my quads are definitely, from pogo, are definitely bigger than, or definitely stronger than I am. I know they're always strong, I guess I'm trying to say. They've always were just stronger. It's like, oh, I just jump all the time.
Yep.
That's good.
God, man.
Pogo training. We can wrap it up there. I know you have to run here in a second. So thanks again for guiding. We need to do this more.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. This is fun.
Awesome. Where can everyone find you?
Dangerous Pogo on everything.
Dangerous Pogo.
Bluey the Dino.
Bluey. Awesome. Thanks, Russ.